And we are on air. Hi guys, my name is Brianna, and yes, I know it's not Christmas, but I thought this shirt was appropriate for the video I'm making today, because today I'm going to be talking about the time I met Dan and Phil. So let's get right into the video. Yeah, so if you didn't know, this shirt is from danandphilshop.com, so go check it out, link in the description. Okay, so yes, in November of 2015, I met Dan and Phil. It was November 17th, I believe. Yes, because it was 2 days before my birthday. So it was November 17th. It was a Tuesday, and I actually missed school to go meet them. So basically a little bit before that, but around the same time, Dan and Phil came out with a book. This book was The Amazing Book Is Not on Fire. Oh, I love it with all my heart. This is the best book ever. So this was before they announced their tour, Tatanoff, but they had decided to do a few book signings in a few places in America. And one of those places just so happened to be New York City, and I live in New York. So I was really excited. So I told my parents about it, and they said I could go, so I was really excited. And I told my friend Fiona about it, and she asked her parents, and she came with me. We had to leave pretty early in the morning, and we took the train to the city, and then we walked to where the Barnes & Noble was, and we had to wait on a really long line outside for at least 2 hours. And then we got into the actual Barnes & Noble, and basically the way it worked was you bought a copy of the book and you got a wristband to go along with it, and the wristband let you into the signing, which was a little bit later. So the line was just to buy a book. Now I already had a book at home, so I bought one anyways, and then when I got back home, I just returned the one that I had already. So we bought each of us a copy of the book, and then because my dad didn't buy a book, he didn't have a wristband, so he just kind of hung out and didn't come into the seated part of where we were to wait to go to the book signing. But basically when we got in there, me and Fiona, we were sitting in front of these two other girls, and I forget exactly what we were talking about because this is over a year ago now, but we started talking to them because they were just behind us, and their names were Karina and Leslie. I don't know if it was Karina's mom or Leslie's mom, but one of them had their moms there with them, and the two girls were there together. So basically we had their mom save all of our seats, and then me, Fiona, Karina, and Leslie went out of the seated area of where the book signing was going to be, and we went out with my dad, who was in the outside part in Barnes & Noble, and we went to go to Panera Bread, and then we went to Starbucks, and then we went to there was an AT&T store next to the Barnes & Noble, and we went there to charge our phones. So we went there to charge our phones. We took a bunch of pictures and videos on all of those phones in the AT&T store because we thought it'd be funny. And actually, funny thing was, after we left that store, my dad went back in and he got all the pictures and videos and sent them to himself. So I actually have those, even though we took them in a store. So that's kind of cool. If I can find the video, I will insert it here.
How do you feel about this? How do you feel? Interview. How do you feel about meeting Dan and Phil?
I'm very excited, but I'm trying to play a game right now. Thanks, Fiona.
But this is the dumbest game ever, bro.
I know, but we're not meeting them for 3 hours.
Still.
I'm very excited, though.
I'm very excited. Whiskers.
You made me miss.
So after that, we were just kind of talking or whatever, and then we remembered that Dan and Phil had said they were going to be doing a Tumblr Q&A at the actual location of Tumblr. So me, Fiona, Karina, and Leslie went over to the actual location of Tumblr, we were just like running around the city all by ourselves, just looking for the location of Tumblr. So when we finally got there and we went in, and then there was this guy there, and he was just like, he was really nice, but he was just like, oh, like, can we get you guys anything? Do you want some water or something? And we were just like, are Dan and Phil here? And then he was just like, oh yeah, they just left. And like, we could tell he was lying, because he was probably, Dan and Phil were probably in the back, like, doing the whole Q&A thing. But we just left anyways. And then we went back to the Barnes & Noble. And then at this time, I think it was like 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock, around there. So basically that's when Dan and Phil came into the room.
Record. Say hi, guys. Are they? I can't see anything. Are they here yet? Oh my God. No, they're gonna scream when they come, so we're good. You gotta say hi. Hi. Oh, don't stand on the chairs. Say hi. Hi. Say hi. Hi. Someone peeing. Very nice. It's okay. I can't see shit, like seriously. Stop, I'm peeing my pants. I am peeing my pants. I just need to draw in his face and I'm done. Phil! Guys, I'm scared. Don't do it, don't do it. I'm so terrified, I'm so terrified. Almost stop. I actually. No, wrong color. Oh my Why else would they open that door? Oh my gosh! What a minute! Did you check this? There's something about fire. Yeah, but that was like half an hour later. It's 5:02! Dan is late as usual. It's 5:02! I'm so done. I'm done. I'm gonna cry. That's what science teacher. That's literal. I'm gonna cry. Why aren't they here yet? I don't. I can't see anything. I can't see. I can't see anything. No, I didn't see it. I can't see. They're so big. We would see them. I know. Oh my God. You're trolling us, I swear. I can't see anything. I can't see. I know. Kill them. I can't see.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to ask you one more time to please stay off the seats.
I'm crying. I'm crying.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Dan and Phil. Hi, everyone.
thank you so much for coming. I warn you, I've had a lot of sugar today.
You guys get told off for standing on chairs. Guys, have you not seen me fall off the chairs in my office? I'm like the perfect example of why you shouldn't like mock chairs. Chairs can destroy you. They can make you like horrible and get scared. Anyway, thank you guys for coming. Have you already enjoyed the book? Thank you. We really appreciate it, and we'll see you on the side of this thing here in a second. Okay, thank you guys.
Once they got in the room, they went up to a little podium and they said like a few things to us. Basically, because of how far back my seat was, from the time Dan and Phil got into the room to the time that I actually met them was a whole hour. So me, Fiona, Karina, and Leslie were just kind of sitting there talking and freaking out because we were in the same room as Dan and Phil, but we couldn't see them. Basically, like up on the front, there was like a big like white thing. I don't know how to explain it, but in front of that was like a table, and next to it was where the podium was. So once Dan and Phil spoke to us from the podium, they went around the white thing and sat behind the table, so we couldn't see them, but they were just in front of us. So we had to wait an hour. And then finally, like, it's like our row's turn to go get online to see Dan and Phil. So we're like waiting online, like I can see Dan and Phil at the corner of my eye, like I can see the side of them. So we were like freaking out and like whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so I have like my book ready, opened up for them to sign. And I have my phone out ready to take a picture and a video. And the security guard there goes, "I'm sorry, you have to put your phone away." And I just looked at him and I was like, excuse me? And he was like, "You have to put your phone away. We have a professional photographer taking pictures." And so this guy made me put my phone away. I was so upset because my friend Fiona, she got a picture. My friend Leslie, she got a picture. My friend Karina, she got a video.
Karina, thank you so much.
Wait, say I love you.
I love you.
And this guy told me to put my phone away. So I don't have a picture of me with Dana and Phil. I was so upset. But like, anyways, I was just like, alright, well it's almost my turn, so just don't think about it. So I went up to Dan and Phil or whatever and I said hi to them, and then Phil was like, "Oh, it's so nice to meet you." And then Dan was like, "Oh, you look so good. The cat whiskers look good on you." And I was just crying. Like I was literally crying my eyes out, just tears streaming down my face. And he said the cat whiskers thing because I had cat whiskers on my face, but they were just like dripping down my face, just dripping. And so basically while I'm talking to them, they have my book and they're signing it. And then I have their signatures. I have their signatures here. So they sign the book or whatever, and then it's time for me to go. And then Fiona goes after me or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And so then I'm just like crying, tears streaming down my face, and Fiona and Karina and Leslie see them. And then it's time to leave. I think the moment Dan and Phil entered the room, I started crying. That was an hour till I met them, and then after I met them, I think I cried for another hour after that. So I was crying 2 straight hours because of Dan and Phil. But it was just like a really great day overall. Made 2 new friends, just hung out in the city, and then at the end of the day I met Dan and Phil, and then I took the train ride home with Fiona, and it was just really nice and it was fun. So, despite the security guard making me put my phone away and the fact that I didn't get a picture with them, it was still a really good experience and it was a lot of fun, and Dan and Phil are the most pure human beings ever and I love them so much. So, thank you guys for watching. That's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Happy VEDIM, and I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah.